Hi Project Runway fans, we're back and it's the second last episode. Oh my god!
So exciting.
And it was such a much better episode than last year's home visits because of the showdown between Mila and Jay. They each got to pick 3 pieces to present to the judges on the runway, and then they were going to decide from those pieces who got to go to Bryant Park. I thought it was a good way for them to decide, like, not to just do one piece, but to try to get a sense of what their collection will look like. I think that was a good decision because it was amazing to see the clothes. The drama between Jay and Mila, like, they were both really confident, and I was rooting for them both. I didn't know what was going to happen. When they did their little mini show, I leaned a little bit more towards Mila's clothes than Jay's clothes.
Yes.
Hers were kind of retro, old-fashioned, like the judges said. His were more modern and edgy, lots of leggings. But at the end, I'm glad that they went with Mila.
Me too.
This episode made me really warm up to her. Like, I liked her little apartment, I liked her little parents, and she's so genuinely, like, this is really her dream, and I really got that sense of, you know, I've wanted to do this for 20 years and it's really important.
Yeah, you know what, I agree with you. I totally warmed up to her in this episode as well too. I feel like we got to see a side of her that we didn't throughout the whole competition.
And she looked good.
She looked good because she put some makeup on. Yeah.
She slapped her short.
Yeah, in terms of her collection, you know what, I did like it. I thought it was very well done and it was interesting and it was definitely very Mila. Like it was so her voice. And when you look at any of those pieces, you can totally tell that she did it.
Yeah.
I didn't really get Jay's stuff, but I feel like maybe it is modern, but just like Tim said when he visited, like it's a little bit student modern. It's that same aesthetic that young people always end up doing that's like super modern and futuristic. And kind of slick, and it reminds me of Hackers, the movie Hackers, like they should be wearing rollerblades.
It's exactly what you said. His really looked, to an extent, amateurish because there was just too much going on. Like there was too much, like, it was almost like trying too hard.
Yeah. When they all got back to New York, I thought it was kind of nice that Jay and Mila made up, but at the same time, I feel like they didn't really show their hatred this season. Like, so I was sort of like, it's a bit of a, like, cathartic denouement for them, but I don't really care.
Call me sappy, but you know what? I liked it when they made
I
up.
did like it too, and I liked it when they were saying like, that they had to share a room. Or
yeah,
when
he first walks, when they had to share the work table, and then when he first walked into the room, he's like, "So we're roomies?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both Emilio and Seth Aaron had like a lot of stuff to show Tim, and it was kind of interesting to see the dynamic between Tim and Emilio versus Tim and Seth Aaron.
Yeah, it's true. The dynamic is very interesting.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah, Seth Aaron's little cute family with his long-term wife, that was cute. Pictionary. And then the best part for me was when they go outside and Seth Aaron says, "We're gonna pop a gun on the tramp." Like, what are they gonna do? And then Tim totally just like collapses on the trampoline, like he couldn't even jump.
I thought it was so cute, but I felt so bad for Tim Gunn. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna have to go to the chiropractor now. I know.
I don't know. What do you think of Tim's point though that it was to Seth Aaron? I thought that was confusing.
Yeah, I think Tim Gunn's advice was spot on though. I think a lot of the pieces that we saw in the preview of his collection was stuff that we'd seen before from him. So maybe I'm hoping that he'll just, you know, use the same kind of like ideas and aesthetic, but maybe just tweak them and give it some wow factor.
Yeah.
And then there's Emilio.
Oh, Emilio. Although I have to say I was sort of surprised by his collection, like the color thing and the red and turquoise. I don't know how I feel about that, but I did like the fact that he was doing something like really colorful for fall, because it's often so black and white and gray and dark and moody. But his clothes looked really old-fashioned, I thought. I was surprised that they were so old lady.
Yeah, and that's what Tim said. And then that print.
Oh,
like
the name print. It was like vomit.
So bad.
Oh,
it was like camouflage,
Yeah.
but logo.
But like shimmery or something. I think we're all on the same page. I'm totally team Seth Aaron. I feel like his clothes will be interesting and innovative. Emilio's will be a little bit more retro, and so will Mila's, obviously. And I mean, I like Mila's clothes, but I'm definitely rooting for Seth Aaron. So next week is the finale, and obviously we're very excited. And I think we should recreate our little finale from last season with some bubbly.
I think so.
Sounds great.
So we'll see you next week back here for the finale of After the Runway.